Let's talk about something we all deal with but rarely admit. The cycle of a messy house. You look around your house one day, it feels like you've been hit by a tornado. The sink is full of dishes. There's laundry, clean and dirty, piled up everywhere. Random stuff is scattered all over the place. You stop and think, how did it get this bad? Then one day, you get this burst of energy, and you go on a cleaning spree, spending hours cleaning. You scrub, wipe, fold, organize. By the end of the day, the house looks sparkly clean, and you feel amazing after. You promise yourself, I'll never let it get this bad again. I'll keep it this way forever. This time, I mean it. But then life starts lifing again. Work deadlines, school runs, errands, tired days, and before you know it, the house is slipping back into chaos. You don't notice at first. You're busy, so it's easy to walk past the mess without really seeing it. But one day, bam, it hits you. The house is a wreck again, and you're stuck in the same cycle. You start feeling irritable or uneasy when you're home, but you can't put your finger on why. The mess is affecting you, even if you don't realize it. Someone says they're stopping by, and your first thought is, oh no, my house is a wreck. You start scrambling to clean in a panic. This is what I call the messy house cycle, or dirty home blindness. And if you're stuck in it, I'm here to tell you, you're not alone. You're not lazy, and you're not failing at life. Let's talk about why this happens, why it's so hard to break, and what we can actually do to get off the hamster wheel of mess and stress. Why does the mess keep coming back? You stop seeing the mess over time. You have adapted to the mess. When a mess happens slowly and things pile up gradually, you don't notice them right away. Like a cup left on the counter, a jacket draped over a chair. That one sock on the floor? No big deal. The dishes in the sink? I'll wash them later. But over time, those little messes add up, and because you've adjusted to it day by day, you don't realize how bad it's gotten until it feels overwhelming. Life gets in the way. Let's face it. Cleaning isn't always the priority when life is happening. When you're juggling work, kids, relationships, bills, and your own mental health, cleaning can feel like an extra instead of a must. And when you're overwhelmed or tired, it's easier to say, I'll get to it tomorrow. But let's be honest. Tomorrow usually turns into next week. When you're mentally drained, even the smallest tasks, like picking up clothes or doing the dishes, can feel impossible. It's not just physical tiredness, it's that feeling of, I can't do one more thing right now. And when you're in that headspace, it's so easy to let things slide. Cleaning takes energy, and energy is limited. When you're running on empty, even the smallest cleaning task can feel huge. Washing the dishes, exhausting. Folding laundry, overwhelming. It's not that you don't care, it's that you just don't have the bandwidth to deal with it. It becomes this cycle of guilt and avoidance. You start thinking, why can't I just keep up with this? You tell yourself you'll do it tomorrow, but tomorrow comes, and you still don't have the energy. And when you're already mentally and physically drained, tackling the whole mess becomes impossible. What can we do about it? Here's the good news. You can break free from the messy house cycle. You don't need to become a cleaning guru or spend hours every day scrubbing your home. You just need small, manageable steps that work for you. Start small, really small. The biggest mistake people make is trying to clean the entire house in one go. That's a recipe for burnout. Instead, pick one small thing to focus on. Clear off the kitchen counter. Tidy up the coffee table. Put away just the clean laundry. Once you finish that one thing, you'll feel accomplished, which makes it easier to keep going. Small wins build momentum. Cleaning doesn't have to take hours. Set a timer for 10 or 15 minutes and clean as much as you can in that time. You might be surprised how much you can get done. And if you're not feeling it after the timer goes off, stop. You've already done more than you would have otherwise. Make cleaning part of your routine. The trick to breaking the messy house cycle is to stop the mess before it builds up. That doesn't mean deep cleaning every day. It means doing small, manageable tasks regularly. For example, wash dishes right after meals instead of letting them pile up. Spend 5 minutes tidying up before bed. Put away clothes as soon as you take them off instead of tossing them on the floor. These little habits might seem insignificant, but over time, they make a big difference. Declutter as you go. Let's be honest. A lot of the mess in our homes isn't just dirt. It's stuff. The more stuff you have, the easier it is for things to pile up. So, as you're cleaning, ask yourself, do I actually use this? Does this item serve a purpose or make me happy? If the answer is no, let it go. Donate it, sell it, or toss it. The less clutter you have, the less mess you'll have to deal with later. Make it fun, or at least less miserable. Cleaning doesn't have to be boring. Find ways to make it more enjoyable. Blast your favorite music or a podcast while you clean. Turn it into a game. See how much you can get done before the timer goes off. Reward yourself after, whether it's with a snack, a relaxing bath, or some Netflix time. The goal is to make cleaning feel less like a chore and more like something you can actually tolerate. Ask for help. If you live with family or roommates, you shouldn't be the only one cleaning. Divide up the chores and hold everyone accountable. Even small kids can help with simple tasks like picking up toys or wiping down surfaces. And if you're really struggling, consider hiring help, even if it's just for a deep clean once in a while. There's no shame in getting extra support when you need it. Be kind to yourself. Life is messy, literally and figuratively. Some days you'll have the energy to clean the whole house. Other days, you'll barely be able to muster the energy to throw away an empty coffee cup. And that's okay. A messy house doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're human. Give yourself grace, and remember that progress, no matter how small, is still progress. Long-term strategies to keep things manageable. The 1-minute rule. If a task takes less than a minute, do it right away. This could be tossing trash, putting shoes away, or wiping down the counter. Declutter. Regularly. Set aside 1 day a month to go through your stuff and get rid of things you don't need. Create drop zones. Have designated spots for things like mail, shoes, and keys so they don't end up scattered all over the house. Do a daily reset. Spend 5 to 10 minutes at the end of each day tidying up the main areas of your home. Dirty home blindness is something we all deal with at some point. Life gets busy and the mess piles up. It's normal. But the important thing is to remember that it doesn't have to stay that way. By starting small, building habits, and being kind to yourself, you can break free from the messy house cycle and create a space that feels peaceful and manageable. And remember, it's not about having a perfect home. It's about creating a space where you feel comfortable, happy, and at ease. One small step at a time, you've got this. If you're someone who doesn't relate to dirty home blindness, if you've somehow figured out how to keep your home clean and tidy all the time, please share your wisdom with us in the comments. What's your secret? Is it daily habits, a cleaning schedule, or some kind of magical trick that we haven't heard of? Your tips could be incredibly helpful to those of us trying to break free from the messy house cycle. Let's learn from each other and grow together. No judgment, just real, honest advice that could make life a little easier for someone else. So, drop your tips below. I can't wait to read them.